Back to more Legends of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the last episode, we beat the imprisoned for the second time and awakened the Gate of Time. In this episode, we're going to finally meet up with Zelda. Yay! Oh, whatever. Let's go! Yay! I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Yay! You've come so far, Link. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We traveled very far from home to the distant past. In this area, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the gods and the Demon King known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learn the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. Triforce by force, get it? The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to seal both them and the Triforce into the sky on the slice of earth she cut away from the land. The floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the god of Hyliania succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hyliania had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hyliania devised two separate plans and set them both into motion. First, she created Phi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose to assist her chosen hero on her mission. The second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made the sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by the gods, all of its power can never be wielded by one. How ironic. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine form and her mortal form. Divine powers in mortal form. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Divine form and immortal form, oh my gosh. Divine powers and immortal form. You probably figured it out by now, haven't you, Link? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. Oh my gosh! Plot twist! The day of the ceremony, Skyward tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed ground. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hyliania, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa and the Ancient of the Goddess led me here to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land, if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place to sustain the seal as best I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that that I created so long ago, and keep it strong for as long as I am able. With memories of my former life return to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. I love that face. Link, the gods created Fi and the Great Blade. She's a part of for a very specific reason. For the task of standing against demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Link. Look at that face! I'm sorry, that's just too funny. During your long trial, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming trials set before you by the gods, you found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Okay, I'm so glad he stopped with the face. That was just too funny. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your trials you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the gods of power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Link. Draw your sword. Oh yeah, that's right. The goddess has blessed your sword and your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now embedded with the mystical power to drive back demons, and only Link may wield it. It's all colorful. Link, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. In this world, just kidding. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of the land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the gods Hylania needed someone with an unbreakable spirit that someone is viewing. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself so that you could wield that supreme power. And so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment's doubt. I used you. There we go with the face again. I can't and begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all this, Link. But you have to understand, this is a war, and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well-intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Link, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyward. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I am Helena reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. Oh, you're my Zelda. Oh, now. When demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds them, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time when all this is over, will you come to wake me up? I promise. Aww, he's so sad. Aww, that's so sad. So, I see you've said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise you made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There is work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over her here. Go now and fulfill your destiny. Let's go. Let's go find the Triforce. Ah, for crying out loud. So you returned. Then you know everything. On the other side of this gate, Zelda waits, suspended in sleep without end. But do not despair, for she is still alive and well. True to legend, the Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish demise. It is thought to have been hidden within Skyward by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All the clues to its whereabouts have been lost to ages. You have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to finding the Triforce must be in Skyward. Go now, Link. Find the Triforce. Whoa there, hold up. Link, there's something I gotta tell you. So, Zelda, how's she holding up? Was she okay when you saw her? Do I want to go with the answer that makes them good, or do I want to be honest? I'll be honest. That's terrible. It's got to be so hard for the poor girl. She's going to do something about this mess, right? Link, I made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying here with Granny. Ah, don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah, I'm doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it, but I got this feeling in my belly that there is work to do here. Someone's gotta watch that big old monster. Someone's gotta make sure Granny's doing alright. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny, you know what I mean? Besides, it's not too bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess, but not... But don't you just love the way it smells down here? What? That's not weird to say. Or is it? Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet even the weakest sapling could grow into one beast of a tree in soil like this. It'd brighten this place up a little too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's just how I feel right now. So yeah, you know, when you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay down here. Crawl and stretch might get a little emotional if they look up to me, but you tell them I'm happy, okay? Thanks, Link. Wow. They'll run up walls, they'll be a dork. Hard to leave the little girl all to herself here. But don't you dare go telling Crone that I'm down here taking care of some little old lady. Maybe I will. Okay, let's go. Now who would... Actually... Before I... Okay. Ah, frick. That was terrible. That was awful. That was just... Wow. So, who do we know who should have a pretty good... who should know something about the Triforce? I did a little father, so let's go talk to him. As I find the bird statue. And it's right here. Should I bother saving? Nah, there's no point to it. I mean, after all, I am gonna get another chance to save once I get back to Skyloft, so there's really no point. So, oh man. So, how far away am I at from Skyward? Oh, I'm right there? I don't think I'll cut this. Might as well. I'm right there, like, seriously, I'm already there. Okay. I want to make sure I land near the... So... right here. Yeah, save that. Now let's go talk to your father. I just freaking love that face. It's hilarious. It's hard to keep a straight face when he was doing that face. Stop colorful. Oh, I can't use my sword side. This school sucks! Academy, whatever. Whatever you want to call it. Ah, hello, Link. Have you heard anything more about my daughter? What is it? If you know anything at all, I urge you to share it with me. You want to tell me, but you can't? I understand. I'm sure you have good reasons for keeping quiet. Link, I've been doing some thinking since we last spoke. You have had this destiny thrust upon you without warning, or choice, for that matter, but I wish to help you as best I can. I'm getting older, and I lack the vigor of youth, but even old men have ways of being useful too. I wish to share as much of my knowledge with you as I can. If you have any questions, any question at all about Skyloft or its history, I will be glad to tell you all that I know. What do I know of the Triforce? Link, where did you hear that word? It's true that the ancient text makes several mentions of the Triforce within their pages. Unfortunately, the actual location of the Triforce isn't illuminated in any of these tombs. Its whereabouts are lost to history. Sorry, Link, it pains me to say it, but my knowledge is of little use on this subject. Loser. You suck.
Hey.
Wait. Oh, okay. Link, just a moment. Though there's one whose vast knowledge may be of use. Surely you're familiar with Leviathan, the great sky spirit who has guarded our realm for ages. Leviathan has served as protector of our skies for a long time, and his knowledge of our world is encyclopedic, to put it mildly. If anyone in the entirety of Skyloft and beyond were to know about the Triforce, it would be him. Where is he? Yes, I fear that might be your next question about that. I imagine in your travels you've taken notice of the tremendous thunderhead that suddenly appeared in our skies. Recently, I've heard rumors suggesting that Leviathan is trapped inside that massive cloud. I asked instructor Olin to look into this troubling cloud in order to determine if there is any truth to these rumors. I meant to inquire about his findings earlier, but completely forgot about it after Zelda went missing. Instructor Olin can fill me in on the details later, so why don't you go speak with him yourself and see what his investigation has revealed. I'll do that. I like looking at my sword. It's all colorful. It's so amazing. It's beautiful. That's Horwell. Where's Olin? Oh yeah, he's right beside him. Let's talk. Ah, Link, how goes your search for Zelda? Have you found her yet? What? Leviathan. Ah, you've been talking to the headmaster, I take it. If I'm correct, Leviathan is the one inside the Thunderhead, but that's not the Leviathan that we all know. Now that's random! Wow, there was a freaking timer on the sensor bar. What the heck? That's a monster! It certainly looks like Leviathan, but last time I approached him, he came rushing at me, and his eyes, they were full of malice. People change, or old certain creatures change. Rather, perhaps it's more that he is possessed by something. That's how it felt to me. What? You want to talk to Leviathan? That's impossible. I don't think Leviathan is capable of listening. Not in his current state, no. And even if you were to get close enough to talk to him, it will likely end with you getting brushed aside and sent flying to your death in the sea of clouds. What? You're still planning on going? I see. Because you need to find Zelda. I understand. I get the feeling nothing I could say would talk you out of it. That's right, I've been through worse. Hey, I have an idea. Come with me.
Hey!
Leviathan is inside the Thunderhead. He's been acting so strangely, like something has possessed him. If we can somehow free him from whatever it is that has a hold over him, then there's a chance he will turn to his senses. Listen well, Link, because I'm about to teach you a very powerful bird riding technique. It's called the Spiritual Charge. Spiral Charge. Using the Spiral Charge, you can rid Leviathan of the blight that is hold of him. The technique is quite easy to perform. all you have to do is press A. However, the acceleration effect lasts longer than any attack move you've used so far. Maintaining stable flight can be tricky. This is a technique that only senior Knight Academy students who have mastered high-level flight skills are allowed to perform. It's still a bit too early for you, but this is an extraordinary circumstance, so I'll make an exception this time. However, I will test it. First, dive off this platform and call your bird. Okay, let's do it. Listen up, Link. I taught your lock wings performance through a charge when you press A. Oh! Press A to spiral charge and break from 10 targets placed around the floating boulders up ahead. You can destroy 10 targets in under 120 seconds and I'll recognize you as a skilled bird rider. Alright, off you go. So it's really hard to control this, so you just want to get as close as you possibly can, and then... Or it's supposed to be hard to control. I'm not sure if it's actually as hard as it says to control. As an instant out to you. Okay, if I could get this bird, that would be great. The birds are the hardest to get. I think. Ah, frick. Give me that dang target. Okay. Okay, get the bottom one. That one is too hard. Okay, now I need to find it. Oh, okay, there's one. That won't be hard. The one that will be hard is that dang bird. I hate birds. Birds are the worst. Okay, got that one. 6, not too bad. And like 5 of them are birds or something. I think there's actually more targets here than we need. That'd be awesome. Because I hate the birds. And the birds hate me. Yeah! Gotcha! Sucker! Okay. Okay. This will be number 9. I've actually never gotten this the first try. When I played this before. I mean, when I beat this before. Oh! Sweet 6! Wait. Oh, I thought that was one on the rock. Okay. Can I get this guy? Can I get this little sucker? Come here, dude! Yeah! What? Yeah! First try. First try. Those birds gave me the hardest time the first time. Oh, you managed to destroy 10 targets within the time limit. If you can control your bird that well, you'll have no problem at all. I knew you could do it, Link. And what a magnificent red bird. You are henceforth permitted to use the spiral charge attack as a qualified bird rider. The next thing we have to address is just how to go about finding Levis. Levias. Maybe the owner of the Lumpy Pumpkin might know something. Every year he makes an offering of his pumpkin soup for Levias. Go to the Lumpy Pumpkin and ask him what he knows. Frickin' bird statue, dude! You brought me all out here and there's no bird statue to use. What the heck? I'm like way away from it. That sucks. Not way away from it, but away from it. Wait, heck? Oh, I know where one is. Cut the bush! Cut the bush! Link is not eco-friendly even though he wears green. It's just about 30 minutes, so I'll see you guys in the next Legends of Skyward Sword, where we will go talk to the owner of the Lumpy Pumpkin and see what he can do about helping us find Leviathan. Okay, well, I'll see you then.